Making the news this morning, St. Anne's Hospital and Maternity Aba commissioned, blessed by Archbishop Ezokafo. Enugu Youth Council elects new executive members. Fuel price hike, airlines plant shut down on Thursday. At least 42 people killed in Chad after water well dispute escalates. Monday sit-at-home has ended in Anambra State. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has fully restored socio-economic and academic activities with renewed vigor. Please be part of this success story. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe. Welcome to ABS Morning News. St. Anne's Hospital and Maternity Aba, Njikoka local government area, built by Dr. and Mrs. Josephine Akwa and family in honor of her late husband, Chief Samuel Akwa, has been commissioned and blessed by the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye was there and now reports.
Bishop Ezokafo, who later handed the key to the parish priest of St. Paul's Catholic Church, Aba, for the management of the hospital, Dr. Akwa noted that they wanted to fulfill her late husband's long-time dream and expressed delight that they had accomplished the task. She maintained that their desire is to create an enduring healthcare legacy and build a place where dignity is preserved and proper care is diligently delivered, adding that the hospital will provide essential life-saving care, diagnostic and laboratory services, including a dialysis center.
Today's ceremony is not merely an unwavering of a building, it is the presentation of a long-held conviction made manifest today that a life well lived is measured by the good it leaves behind. Yes. Definitely. And the lives it touches. Mr. Samuel Akwa was a man of quiet strength, tireless industry, and unwavering compassion. A man that loved his community so much.
For the member representing Njikokatu constituency in the State House of Assembly and Deputy Majority Leader of the House, Honorable Jude Akwa, the hospital which they built is a place of hope and where everyone who desires proper healthcare delivery will love to come, urging the church to manage the hospital with the fear of God and service to humanity.
So they should use this hospital graciously. Make sure that the process is seamless. Everybody that comes here should not experience difficulties in receiving treatment.
While a son of the deceased, Dr. Chike Akwa, said that he feels fulfilled that they have achieved the feat, saying that more things are coming to the hospital to make it a world-class healthcare center.
I feel excited. This project to me goes beyond a building, it goes beyond the hospital. It signifies access, it signifies longevity, and I'm looking forward to that.
Earlier in a mass to bless the hospital, Archbishop Ezokafo told the gathering that Jesus Christ preached and also cared the sick during his sojourn on earth, which is in tandem with what the Akwa family is doing in memory of late Samuel Akwa, praying God to bless them abundantly, even as Malam Aliyu Atiku Abubakar, the son of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the immediate past Chief of Staff to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Ernest Ezaju, the traditional ruler of Aba community and his cabinet, among numerous others, attended the event. From Aba in Njikoka local government area, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Enugu Youth Council has elected a new executive with Mr. Darlington Ugezu emerging as president, Ms. Chineye Nwosu as vice president, and Odinaka Oyemechi as secretary, and Ms. Cynthia Somto as treasurer. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo now completes the story.
Mr. Ugezu pulled 88 votes to defeat his opponents, Mr. Chidozie Obelagu and Mr. Bonaventure Okolo pulled 29 and 8 votes, respectively. Speaking after the exercise, the mayor of Njikoka local government area, Barrister Dominic Ononiba, represented by the secretary of the local government, Prince Chidolue Nwankwo, commended Enugu youths for conducting themselves peacefully throughout the election, describing the process as orderly and brotherly, and urged other communities in the area to emulate the peaceful and violent-free conduct of the election.
The election was seamless, it was noiseless, there was no trouble, everything went according to plan. It's obvious that ECDU, along with the stakeholders, along with the committee that was in charge, did very, very well in planning and conducting this election.
Also speaking, the chairman of the electoral committee, Reverend Father Jude Ozumba, described the exercise as the most peaceful election in the history of the community, saying that the contestants were thoroughly screened to ensure that only persons of good character and genuine interest in community development participated.
The election was peaceful, it was free and fair, as you can all witness. I thank God for this wonderful opportunity given to me to serve my community.
In his acceptance speech, the new president of Enugu Youth Council, Mr. Ugezu, thanked the youths for the confidence reposed in him and other members of the executive, assuring that they would not disappoint them, and identified education, youth empowerment, and skill acquisition programs as some of the priority areas of the administration.
And I'm promising the youth of Enugu, today they have emerged their leader. We and my executive, we are going to work in synergy to make sure that all our campaign promises, what we used during our campaign, will actualize it.
From Enugu in Njikoka Council area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
A stakeholder of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in Dunukofia local government area, Mr. Livinus Nwankwo, says the Commonwealth of Nurses and Midwives Federation Midwife Governor's Award given to Governor Chukwuma Soludo is a clear proof that he has performed exceptionally well in the health sector. Speaking with journalists in Awka, Mr. Nwankwo noted that Governor Soludo has revolutionized the state health sector by employing thousands of health workers, building 5 brand new general hospitals in the state, and making primary health centers across the state functional. He noted that the Soludo-led administration has ensured that the well-being of pregnant women in Anambra State are properly taken care of with the introduction of free antenatal and delivery services for pregnant women across all government hospitals in Anambra. There are strong indications that domestic airlines in Nigeria may halt operations from Thursday, April 30th, 2026, over what operators described as unbearable and unsustainable aviation fuel prices, raising fresh fears of widespread travel disruption across the country. Industry insiders say the airlines, having engaged both the federal government and oil marketers without a breakthrough, may be left with no option but to ground flights by Thursday. The looming shutdown comes after several complaints by operators who have watched the price of Jet's A1 surge by over 300% compared to February levels, pushing operation costs to the brink. Passengers, many of whom rely on domestic flights for businesses and urgent travel, now face uncertainty. In a bid to avert the crisis, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, convened a meeting with airline operators and fuel marketers in Abuja last week. However, findings indicate that the tripartite talks ended in a deadlock, with operators unwilling to shift their stance unless decisive action is taken. At the end of the 2-day meeting, the minister announced a 30% reduction in aviation-related taxes as part of efforts to ease the burden on airlines. While the gesture was acknowledged, operators insist it falls short of addressing the root problem. At least 42 people have been killed and 10 others injured in fighting between rival ethnic groups in eastern Chad in a conflict that began as a dispute over a water well. The conflict in Wadafira province, initially between 2 families, is said to have escalated into a cycle of reprisal attacks that spread over a wide area. With villages burned down, Chadian authorities said that a delegation led by the Deputy Prime Minister, Lamine Mahamat, had been sent to the area and brought the situation under control. Deadly communal clashes are common in the Central African nation, with a long-running pattern of dispute between farmers and herders, as well as ethnic tensions, and the clashes are often triggered by competition over water and grazing land. The arrival of refugees fleeing the civil war in neighboring Sudan in recent months has further raised tensions over resources and security. The Deputy Prime Minister said the government was taking all necessary measures to prevent the conflict in Sudan from destabilizing the border area. And now sports. The Nigeria Olympic Committee has lauded the Nigerian School Sports Federation for its successful hosting of the second National School Volleyball Championship, pledging continued efforts to support further editions. The 4-day tournament held at National Institute for Sports inside the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos, brought together 28 teams, 10 boys and 8 girls squads from across the country, including Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, Adamawa, Bauchi, and Bayelsa. Organized by the NSSF in partnership with Nigeria Volleyball Federation and supported by Lagos State Sports Commission. The event showcased youthful energy, competitive spirit, and grassroots sports development. Bayelsa and Bauchi State emerged champions, while Adamawa and Oyo claimed bronze medals in the boys and girls categories, respectively, defeating Ekiti and Ogun in the third-place matches. Special guest of honor, NOC President Engineer Abu Gumel, described the championship as a breeding ground for future stars. Before we go and look at the main stories, St. Anne's Hospital at Maternity Aba has been commissioned by and blessed by Archbishop Eze Okafor. Enugu Youth Council have elected new executive members. Fuel price hike have plans to shut down on Thursday, airlines operations on Thursday. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you at least 42 people killed in Chad after water well dispute escalate. Monday sit-at-home has ended in Anambra State. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has fully restored socio-economic and academic activities with renewed confidence and sustained peace. Anambra State is back on the path of progress and prosperity. Be part of that success story. And that's the size of our package this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe, wishing you a blissful Tuesday morning. Bye for now.